Hey everybody, David here, and I wanted to put my thoughts and wishful thinkings and stuff like that for the upcoming seasons of Supergirl, The Flash, Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow. Why? Because these are some of the shows that I really enjoy on television. And Arrow and The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, I do episode reviews, and I'm planning on doing those episode reviews again this year. And it's been a while since I talked about any of these shows, so I thought to myself, since I haven't done a video for a while, this gives me something to do. I want to talk about some of the things I'm really looking forward to in this season, these shows this season and coming up. And so first, let's start off with Supergirl. First of all, with Supergirl coming now to the CW, season 1 aired on CBS, and now we got season 2 coming to the CW, joining Arrow, The Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow on that station. The CW, to me, is doing such a fantastic job. Ever since the first season of Arrow, Arrow season 1 and 2 were magnificent. The Flash, the first two seasons so far have been really great. I still have hope for Arrow that it will turn out as good. And having Supergirl now on this station with the rest of these shows, and now even being filmed in Vancouver, where the rest of them are filmed, because the first season was filmed in Los Angeles. It's going to be really cool to see the crossovers that they're going to be doing this season. We already got confirmation that there's going to be a Flash and Supergirl musical crossover. I'm like, what? Really? And there are rumors that Joss Whedon might be directing it. That sounds really cool. And I am really looking forward to that crossover, because the first Flash and Supergirl crossover has been it was really enjoyable, and there was really good chemistry between Grant Gustin and Melissa Benoist. There's something fun that could be done with this. It could be a really fun episode, or it could be a really disastrous episode. I'm really looking forward to it, though, so it's getting me excited. Obviously, also with Supergirl, you got to be excited about the multi-4 season crossover event, right? That's going to start on Supergirl and end on Legends of Tomorrow. It's going to be a 4-night event. It's going to be freaking amazing. I can't wait for it. Ever since it was announced that CW would be picking up Supergirl and having this crossover event, I cannot wait, because some of the best episodes, even on Arrow in the last 2 seasons, whatever you think of season 3 and 4 of Arrow, the crossovers with Flash have been a lot of fun so far, have been some of the best episodes of Arrow lately. Having a crossover with all 4 of them, this is just going to enhance the experience of watching all of these shows on the CW. I'm really looking forward to it. I think Supernatural should get into the act, but I know it won't because it's not DC, and they do have Constantine. They should just bring Constantine back, put him on Friday nights like he was before, but put him on 8 p.m. or whatever, and just have him be part of this universe too. I think Constantine was great. Matt Ryan was awesome. Oh well. But yeah, Supergirl definitely so far. It was just announced yesterday that Metallo is going to be in the season, which sounds really cool. And then Superman, of course, Superman. How can we forget about Superman? Superman is going to be in this season, the first 2 episodes so far as we know. And how is he going to help Kara? It's going to be really fun, really interesting. They said they're nitpicking certain aspects from other Supermans and putting a little bit of that in this version of Superman. They're saying he's going to be more of the more classic type Superman, which should make people who don't like the dark and gritty Superman that's on the big screen, it should make them appreciate this Superman a little bit more. So I'm really looking forward to that. Then we have The Flash, and The Flash, we know, is going to be doing the Flashpoint storyline. I'm really excited about this storyline. I actually read the comic that storyline is based off of, and as well as the animated video, Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox. It's a great animated video. I did a review on it. Go check that out, and check out the video, because it's the movie, because it's actually really good. And I'm curious to see what kind of changes that this is going to have. in this universe, because the producers of Arrow have already said the Flashpoint storyline will affect Arrow a little bit too, specifically with Diggle. So I'm curious, like, what are the ramifications that Flashpoint is going to have on some of these other DC shows? Is it going to help merge Supergirl with the other shows, like have her Earth finally connect to their Earth? I don't know. It's going to be a difficult explanation to explain all that. But I trust in these writers, all of them, because they've done a lot of great stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with it. As well as we're getting another episode directed by Kevin Smith. I think maybe 2 episodes? Or he's directing 1 episode of Supergirl, and he's directing an episode of The Flash again. And his Flash episode is going to be once again written by Zack Stentz, the writer of the first Thor film, one of the writers of the first Thor film, X-Men First Class, and the upcoming Power Rangers reboot, which I'm looking forward to. So there's a lot of really cool things to look for. We have a new villain, a new speedster villain, which I know some people are hoping that like we'll get away from the speedster villains. One day they were hoping that this season would be the one, but it looks like we're getting another speedster villain, which you know what, I don't mind, because with the Flash, he's a tricky character to give like a villain that could go head to head to him all season long. And I think that's why they keep picking the speedster type villains, because they're villains that are just as good or better than the Flash in terms of fighting, so in terms of giving the Flash a challenge. So that I kind of understand. I am looking forward to Tom Felton being in this season of The Flash. I think that's going to be really cool, as well as Wally West becoming Kid Flash, I guess, right? And so we already seen some images of his suit. Look really cool, really look very close to the comic book version. I'm really looking forward to seeing Wally West in this costume. I hope we get to see Jay Garrick again, John Wesley Shipp. I hope he returns as Jay Garrick, and then get Bart Allen in there, have all 4 Flashes kicking this new evil speedster's ass. I think it would be really cool. I'd be really down with it, and that's good for Flash. With Arrow, we got a lot of really cool things too. I know a lot of people have been kind of disappointed with the last 2 seasons of Arrow. You know, I don't think I was as disappointed as some people were with season 4. I think it was a little bit better than season 3, even though season 3 had really good moments too, especially in the first half of season 3, and then the second half started to get a little boring here and there, sloppy. But with season 5, I think I'm having a little bit more hope. They are saying that this is going to be the end of the flashbacks, that the flashbacks are going to come full circle to season 1. This is going to be him going to Russia, where, you know, back in season 1, we learned that Oliver somehow knew how to speak Russian. And this is the season that's going to show us in the flashbacks how he got into Russia and started learning it. And he's still working for Amanda Waller, I believe, in the flashbacks. So they killed her off in the present day, but they still have Amanda Waller in the flashbacks, which is really cool. So hopefully we get to see a little bit more of her in those scenes, working with Oliver. And of course, you know, the Russians are going to play a big part in the present day too. They even cast the Russian, you know, Draco, I think, from Rocky IV, you know, the big bad from Rocky IV, played by Dolph Lundgren. He's going to be playing one of the big bads. I think they said in the flashbacks, though, that I have a feeling we'll be seeing him in the present day as well. Just a theory of mine. And I have a feeling we'll be seeing another character popping up from season 2 as well. Stephen Amell kind of hinted at it before. And KG Beast, I think, might be returning. He was a character back in season 2. So let's see. It's going to be interesting. Another reason why I also have a lot of faith in this season is because the writers and the producers have been hinting that this is going to go back to the roots of Arrow, to what made the first 2 seasons so great, by going back to the dark and grittiness of what Arrow was, and by making him fight more realistic villains. They're getting away from the mystical stuff. I think when Arrow should deal with the mystical, supernatural, whatever elements, meta-humans, I think it should only happen when it's a crossover. When it's a crossover, it's great. It's a lot of fun because you got the other heroes teaming up with him. So that's always great. But I think Arrow as a show should stick to, when it's not doing crossovers, it should stick to what works best for Arrow. The realistic type villains, and I think going after the Russian mob should be really good for this show, and going back to its darker roots should be really interesting as well. Now, a lot of people are still concerned about the whole Felicity relationship, but it sounds like Felicity's moving on, and it sounds like Oliver doesn't mind, from what I've been hearing from this information, and hopefully this is a good thing. I still have that theory that I think Black Siren from The Flash, remember, Team Flash has the Black Siren in their prison. And we do know that Katie Cassidy is not completely gone because she has a contract deal where she's going to be appearing in all three DC shows, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and The Flash. So whatever that deal is, I have a feeling we'll be seeing Laurel back, but as the Black Siren. Maybe changing her name to the Black Canary after she decides to be good again. That's just a theory of mine. So I think Laurel will be back in some capacity. Maybe not the Laurel that died, but the Laurel from Earth 2. So just try to keep calm if you were really pissed off about Laurel being killed off last season. Finally, we got Legends of Tomorrow. This show had only 16 episodes. Now it's going to have 13 episodes, even less, and that's always a good sign to me because I think the less episodes you have, the more tighter the season will feel, the more stronger it will feel. Because if you look at the Netflix shows like Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Stranger Things, they all have 13 episodes or less. I think Stranger Things was only 8 episodes, and I think what helps is how tight the stories feel, how close the stories feel. They don't feel stretched. You don't get filler episodes. You get a lot of really structured storylines going on throughout each episode. And I think for Legends of Tomorrow, this is a great sign. I think that means maybe, with the show being very expensive, they realize, okay, we're going to let you guys do another season, but we're going to limit you guys on episodes. And I think that's going to be the advantage on the storytelling aspect of this season. Now, I know some people weren't jumping and, for Legends of Tomorrow. I thought it was a good series. I thought it was a good start to a decent show. But I see a lot of promise in the future. I see a lot of promise this season. We are getting the Justice Society of America, which is really cool. Who knew that would ever happen? We're getting a new Vixen. We've seen Vixen on Arrow last season, but we're getting a new one, a different take of Vixen in this season. So I'm looking forward to seeing what her character is all about. And, we're getting the Legion of Doom, Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne is coming back. We're getting Damien Dark. We're getting Captain Cold. We're getting Malcolm Merlyn. Will Laurel's, Black Siren somehow fit into all of this? I have no idea, but already those 4 names alone. How is Captain Cold coming back? I have no idea. How is Damien Dark coming back? Legends of Tomorrow is a time travel show. Could someone be picking up these villains and starting their own master team? This is going to be a really cool season, and I can't wait to see how it's going to all unfold, especially in 13 episodes. It's going to be really great. So guys, with all that being said, tell me what you think of this season of all these DC shows, Supergirl, Arrow, The Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow. Do you watch any of them? And if you do, tell me what your theories are, if I left anything out. I know I didn't talk about every single news item that dropped during the summer, but I think I talked about some of the big points, and tell me what you're looking forward to. So with that being said, like this video, subscribe to my channel, especially if you're a fan of any of these shows. I'll be talking about a lot of them. And with that being said, guys, check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and check out my podcast. All of that will be in the description box below, as well as some links to some previous videos of mine. And with that being said, take care.